Hey all you Hard Slingers out there, it's your trusted GM Brian. As I prepare all of you for the episode, I want to remind everyone that we're giving away the first D20 to roll a hard 20 on the episode. All you have to do is be the first person to write into the show or tag us on our social media. Not only will you get that D20, but you'll also get a gold doubloon as well as a sticker of the show's logo. And that leads me into the next topic, how to get in touch with us. Write into the show at rollthehard20podcast@gmail.com or visit our website at rollthehard20podcast.com. We can also be found on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, as well as YouTube. And if you're interested in swag, head on over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/rollthehard20podcast. For as little as $1 a month, you can help out the show. Hell, we're practically giving it away. So be sure to head on over there and check us out. Not only are we giving away gold doubloons, but we're giving away autographed photographs of the Hard Slingers as we play in the Rage Room, as well as t-shirts at different tiers. So don't forget, head on over to patreon.com/rollthehard20podcast. Well, that about does it. I guess the only thing left to do now is lead us in. So warm up your dice and top off your glass as Roll the Hard 20 podcast presents our Carrion Crown Run Through, episode 29, The Warforged. Woodford's the best, man.
Yeah, but
you got me hooked on that shit.
And what?
Not while you play.
Woodford?
Eddie ends up catching you, and starts slurring. And
I used to drink straight whiskey a lot. I don't as much anymore.
No, we tried the Woodford one time playing a while back.
Yeah.
It didn't work out very well.
Got a good buzz, and then we got a little off topic.
So I think that's probably, I think the Woodford's probably, what, 50%?
I don't know. He's
Or
got a
close
bottle
to it?
here.
Right up there to the left of that picture.
It's like 48 or 50%.
Little stocking stuffers.
It's like when I drink gin. I always forget how strong gin is.
45.2%. 90.4 proof.
I have a couple
Dude, you
Sapphire
had this
Tonics.
bottle for a really long time. When did I give you this? Was this from like my plane ride? Or
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, you gave it to me as like a little stocking stuffer, happy birthday or some shit like that.
It looks like a little cologne bottle.
Yeah, it's all whiskey. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
It's all the
Valentine's Day.
That's right. It's coming up. What are you gonna get me?
The bell-headed heart.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Bald-headed champ, as
Yeah.
Glenn would call it.
Give you the big.
Oh, great.
We ready?
Yeah.
I think so.
Koosh?
Yeah. Got everything.
Nick?
Good.
Eric?
Good.
Who's
June?
Gargoyle?
That's one of the statues.
Oh.
That's not.
Oh. Everyone was terrified.
I was. I just saw that. I was like, what the fuck is
Like,
that?
oh, fuck.
Did I wild shape into something cool and I don't remember?
No, I forgot that I forgot I had those because I was looking through some old boxes and I came across the where I found your miniatures for the panther and the bear and the wolf
dog.
and everything.
Oh, right,
and I
right.
came across those, but I forgot to pull them out. I was like, oh, you know what? I'll pull those out. So
I have to go get some animals too. I got a gator
damn,
that I could turn into.
I don't have a. Oh, I have a gator.
Oh, I was gonna say I can.
We
bring
have
some
a gator.
stuff.
Remember?
Do we?
Yeah, Rafu fought a gator.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. He made a nice little belt out of him too,
Yeah.
or shoes. Can't
Wild
remember.
shaping a Nothic.
We fought a lot of gators.
Yeah.
Forgot. We had an NPC that died of a gator. That's what I was thinking of.
Greetings, fellow slingers. Welcome back to Roll the Hard 20 podcast, episode 29 of our Carrion Crown run through. And with me are the Hard Slingers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm your trusted GM, Brian. So, as suggested by Alendru Groven, the four of you returned to Harrowstone Prison in a solidified determination to expunge the remaining haunts from the prison. Between the two remaining floors, you ventured to the second floor, and it was there you encountered the Piper of Illmarsh, and you defeated him.
Yeah.
That's where you really want to, yeah, there you go. That's where you want to chime in. And it was quite a close battle, as he was not alone. Skeletons of the prisoners attempted to thwart you, yet you prevailed. With that victory under your belt, You continued the hunt and eventually came across a rather large, pristine holding cell that contained a corpse, wrapped in heavy chains with 12 weights, each weight containing a different holy symbol. And beside the corpse, Irwin found a leather book deprived of pages as they had been eaten from it some time ago. As the rest of you continue your investigation, Irwin called out, explaining that he felt a kind of disturbance. And it was the doctor who witnessed a blinding light coming from the direction of Ravengrow.
It was the bomb, man. The bomb went off.
We're all in the room, right? At this point?
Irwin and the doctor are not. Irwin was outside the room,
Yes.
and the doctor came out when Irwin had mentioned, I feel
Okay.
something funky.
I guess Talos will push past the doc and Irwin to go see the light. So I guess make his way to the opening in the wall where
Okay.
light could come through to inspect it.
As you get closer to the opening in the wall that's been crumbled away, that was where it was witnessed coming through, the light is no longer there. It was almost as though it was a brief flash, probably held in the air for about a second and a half at the most. Just,
And can't really find a way to trace where it came from other than the direction of Ravengrow.
right, direction of Ravengrove. Because it had already dissipated, it would be very difficult for you to determine where alongst that road, or even that road,
Damn road.
or even if it came from the town hub or beyond.
Was there an aftershock? Because I was counting how long the...
Thunder to lightning?
Yeah.
No.
No?
No aftershock at
just
all.
a giant flash.
Just a giant flash. Very golden flash.
In another life, I've seen something like this before.
Have you, Doc?
Could be a flare or a firework.
Wouldn't be able to hear it, though.
Yeah, did we hear anything, or is it we just saw the flash? of light?
Sometimes flares don't make noises.
You didn't hear anything.
Okay.
It was just
Silent flash.
almost as though something out of his peripheral vision.
Some asshole forgot to turn the flash off on their camera.
That's right. Oh my gosh, Kendra, she left the stove on.
Yeah, that's
I
exactly
knew
what
it.
happens.
She's just trying to get that insurance money.
She totally is. Take that place down to the ground, collect, bolt. Lepidstad, here I come.
Double payment, man. Insurance
Horses,
plus
wagon,
the...
I'm on the road. Irwin, you did
Yes.
see this. You know that something is going on.
I'm kind of like internally contemplating whether we should try to go figure out what just happened, or if we should try to keep working on this dead prisoner.
The
What-
doctor's
what do you
thinking
guys
the
think?
same thing right now. I see a flash of light come from the city like that. I'm assuming it would be like a distress signal. Even if it wasn't a distress signal, someone's in distress with that
Something's
amount
not-
of light.
Something's
Yeah.
not right.
But if they knew we were at the prison and it was meant for us, wouldn't they?
It might not have been meant for us, but
I don't think it would have been meant for us. Because if we're inside the prison, they have to understand that we're not above ground or really outdoors. We're inside.
But if that town blows up and burns to the ground, so does my new shop.
That is true. Our future income.
My future income.
Like I said, Doc, our future income.
Wild shape into a dog.
But honestly, I think we should just stay in the prison for right now. Until we're hurting bad enough where we have to leave again.
Yeah.
Which is not
Too
too
far.
far away.
Yes. Take it.
I still have some spell slots.
I still have a few.
Mediocre health.
They're all the slots.
I still have 3 charges on the Cure Wounds wand.
I need to save some of those because we're going to need them.
There's only 3.
But there has to be some way to coax out Father Charlatan.
There is. So the doctor goes through all the charms on his wrist, trying to figure out which deities are represented. And as he's doing that, he looks around to everyone else in the party and says, do you guys follow the same deities, or do you guys have different ones?
I don't know if we have the same ones. I have to actually double check how to say mine. Because, fantasy names are fucking wild.
Yeah, I always mispronounce it.
I'm assuming mine is pronounced Pharasma.
Pharasma?
Pharasma.
Yeah.
Go Zeke.
What?
Which one?
What?
Goes Ray?
Goes Ray.
Oh boy.
And Ermin's god is Erori.
And Talos worships Calistria.
Like it's just everyone just so timid on trying to pronounce the
Who'd
name.
you
It's
have?
so hard
Erwin?
for me to get some of
They're
these
just
names.
wild ass names.
Fantasy names are always hard to pronounce.
Erori. Is that how you pronounce it?
Irori.
Irori.
Oh, does it have phonetic in there?
Aurori.
Unfortunately,
That's going to
no.
be fun to say.
Aurori.
Aurori.
Oh, Rory.
Okay. So, Doc, knowing that you have 12 deity symbols on your lucky charms,
Yes.
and those symbols are represented by the weights that are around this body, you know that some of the deities in your group are not represented by those symbols as well. They are not. Like of the 2 of 4 of you, only Gozre and Calistria are represented by the symbols on the weights and on the chain that you have. It would appear that yours and Erwin's are not.
It's 50-50.
Booty bitty.
50-50.
Well, we've tried matching the symbols to the weights. Nothing has happened. At this point, I'm going to pull. I have a medallion for Pharasma around my neck. Pull that out just to see if that does anything. And again, I want to do an Arcana check on all these weights to see if there's anything I can glean.
Now, do you want to do an Arcana or a religion check?
I would prefer to do Arcana.
Okay. What was the god that you was represented by you?
Pharasma.
Pharasma. Okay. Hey.
Stop shuffling so loud.
Hey, man.
Jesus Christ.
I'm trying to help you. I can stop. Anyway,
We'll
we have a
wait.
scroll somewhere for Detect Undead.
Okay.
You want to use that? I can't use it. I think it's for clerics.
If we want to use, well, we can.
Yeah. I mean, I'm saying Talos specifically cannot because he's not a cleric.
That's fine. So we'll try. I just want to do an Arcana check just to see
All right, go for it.
if I can get any kind of feedback
Okay.
on how fucked we are magically.
Okay.
15.
And what are you trying to do with this particular check?
So basically, the weights that are holding them down, I'm trying to see if I can sense any magical reason why they're being held down and they're not, like, just more than weights.
Okay. You do not detect any type of magic coming from them. Nothing of an arcane nature at all.
Okay.
They just seem completely dormant, if not just straight up weights that have these symbols on them.
Okay.
So it's just.
But
penance.
as you've discovered previously, you know that each weight has a symbol that corresponds to the symbols that are on your chain, though.
Yeah, that's why I was just double checking to see just on that. But so, Talos, want me just to double check and see if this is an undead or if it's a dead body?
Well, I think we can do one better than that. We have on my person a scroll of Detect Undead, and we'll reveal undead within 60 feet.
Oh, we could do it outside the room.
We can do it outside the room, yes. Yeah, we can do it outside the room. You want
Okay.
to do it outside the room? We'd still get the inside of the room, so I think we're fine.
So I'm pretty much where I'm at would be I would hit that body and then anything around.
Yeah.
it
Show
for
me where
60
everybody
feet.
is at in the hallways, in the
Be in
rooms,
the-
wherever. Where you at, Oust?
Maybe right there's fine.
Fucking off somewhere.
Yeah. Playing with a dead corpse.
Proving he can lick his balls in human form.
All right, well, the scroll is going to be
Still trying.
burnt as soon as you use it, so I'm going to cross it out right now.
Whip this thing out.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Put that back.
No, that's good. It's ours.
Oh.
I don't know. What's the distance on that?
60 feet.
Is that exactly 60? Okay, lay that
No, the
down.
radius on that is 20.
Oh, yeah, on this is...
So it's 40 then. Was it? Because it's got to be greater than 10 as a
No, it says-
a radius.
It says radius 20 foot radius right here.
Oh, we beat
So
that by
60
a lot.
would just like wait, we're over here. 60 is like
So
one,
it's
two,
40.
three,
That's 40. Right? Because 20 on one side and 20 on the other.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
40. Okay, throw that
So
in there.
then a couple
60
more
would-
past that.
60 would take us like all the way over here,
No, it wouldn't.
wouldn't it?
No.
Just
No.
10 more on each side, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just 10 more on each side.
Okay, but it's a 60-foot radius.
Right.
Yeah. So this,
From the point of origin.
yeah, this is 20
That's
feet.
20.
So then you do this twice.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, that,
Oh, that's right.
that-
I was thinking of diameter, not
Yeah.
radius.
so was I. All right.
You guys fucking
hey,
don't.
I didn't do good.
You know,
at
I was going to make a
geometry.
joke about it,
I
but
eat pie. I don't play pie.
All right.
So, well, is it a 60-foot radius?
It says within 60 feet.
yeah.
Oh, well,
The-
that's not radius.
the-
So, okay, so it's 30 and 30.
Wait, no,
30
that's
foot
not how math
radius.
works.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, 30-foot
Yeah,
radius.
but within 60 feet doesn't mean like 60 feet, like wingspan. Within 60 feet of you would be a radius.
Let me see this paper, man.
Like,
yeah, let's see how it works.
Look, like-
is it a radius or is
I'm
it a
with
cone?
Chris.
this is within 60 feet of you.
Yeah, if that's 60
I
feet, then
know.
it would be 60 feet
So this
in a
is
giant
within
circle.
60 feet.
So 60
So is it
feet
just a
in
straight shot?
So 60
so it'd be a
feet was
60 foot
center,
radius.
yeah.
If it says within 60 feet, that's a radius.
Well, radius isn't a straight shot. He's talking about if it emanates out 60 feet
A
in every
60-foot
direction
radius
from you.
means I get 60 feet from every, so that's 120.
See, that's
Diameter.
That's too big. It'd be 30-30 on each side, right? Because it should say...
Methinks.
Well, so here's the thing. If you're here
Okay.
and something's over here 60 feet away,
Right.
it's within 60 feet of you.
But is it point of direction, or is it just emanate from you 60 feet in every direction from your point of origin?
We can look up the Pathfinder spell, but I mean, I would like, this is like defined as within 60 feet of you. If just like plain English.
Counselor, let me see the evidence, please.
All right, we got 5 words. Reveals, no, maybe even less. It's got 5 words.
But within 60 feet of you, and it doesn't give you any direction, yeah.
That should be a
60
radius.
feet, I get 365 degrees of
Reveals
60
undead
feet
within
away.
60 feet. Okay. So I'm going to say it's within every direction.
Yeah, that's what.
Okay, that's fine.
So
Sounds
we'll
like it to me.
assume we're going to cover half of this map.
Okay.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that cool?
That's totally fine.
All right. Dead body. We're here. You're here. Where do you...
Where did I even put my guy?
Where's Erwin? We're missing
there.
somebody. Who are we missing on this table?
I'm missing. I don't know where
Where'd
the
I
fuck
put-
my menu go. It's probably underneath one of these things.
Oh,
I don't
there
know.
it is.
It's got to be in a 60-foot radius.
It's like over here somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, I put that
Gotta
one
be.
separate since it's a nice one and not a shitty plastic one.
Talos.
This is nice too.
Thank you for bringing this whole thing to a screeching halt as we determined whether or not 60 feet is a radius.
If
or
you guys just
direction.
agreed with me, we wouldn't have to stop.
It was 120-foot diameter.
Shut up, Junior.
I still think that's overkill, but fuck it.
It is overkill, but I'm just saying that's the math.
So you feel this? What's this scroll? Right?
It's a scroll.
Who's reading the scroll?
He is. I'm not a
The
cleric.
doctor's reading the scroll.
Doctor, as you unfurl this scroll and begin to decipher the spidery words of magic, you notice that all about you, you can detect the presence of undead. In fact, so much so that you hear them become very agitated within the cells close by. 1, 2, 3 for Talos. Oh, lucky Talos. You see this arm extend out of the cell right next to you and try to grab you. The skeletal appendage fails, as it is just not long enough, but it continues to try to get closer to you.
Move away 5 feet and fall.
But you do detect it. You detect it all about you, and you detect it emanating through the floor as well.
Yeah, in Foresight, we are in a place full of haunts and ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
Because it's
we
just
don't
not
detect anything here.
60 feet
Yeah.
on a X and Y
Oh
plane.
yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah, he's
everywhere.
bringing in the Z-axis on us now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do we?
now we're
Wait,
getting.
Doctor, do you feel anything coming from the room?
Do I?
You do not.
Anywhere where we haven't noticed the undead already.
Do undead and like haunts and spirits count as the same thing?
Or
are we only talking about like zombies?
Spirits and ghosts count as undead.
They should be
Okay.
undead.
Wraiths, specters, all that stuff counts as undead.
But haunts don't? Haunts are like spirit type?
Those are undead.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Sorry.
They're a form of undead.
Well,
So if we don't find anything that we weren't aware of already,
what did the body look like again?
It was extremely mummified. It was in robes.
And the robes were still intact, or are they?
Yes, they were still intact. He was extremely chained, and upon these chains were 12 different weights, each with a different holy symbol on the weights.
No, I still think there's something here. Nothing else has been mummified. Everything's
No, it's something
skull and
purified.
bones at this point.
No, that's not true. This guy that was hiding underneath this bed over here was mummified as well.
Oh, that's right, from the fire.
Not from the fire. From
Smoke
smoke
it.
from
inhalation.
the
Oh.
smoke inhalation.
Goddamn mummies.
And you said the charms are hooked up to your wrist, right, Doc?
Pretty much,
They're wrapped around your...
yeah, I have an extreme Tiffany bracelet that I cannot take off now because I got 12
And
charms.
it's
chained
all
around.
knotted up.
Yes.
BFFFFFFFFFF.
It's like that broken heart.
Yeah.
Well, I have only one idea left to just double check.
Okay.
Should we just
Teabag
stab
the
him?
mummy.
Yeah, go for it.
You could stab him. I was going to do something else.
Well, you got a better idea? Because just walking up and going, hey, stab.
Dead.
Yeah, we haven't tried defacing the body, and we should.
That always works well with undead.
Yeah.
Do we have any holy
I don't know
water?
if this will do anything. Well,
have
I
I think
don't know if we
water.
have. I have one
we
left.
do. I do have one as well.
Actually, never mind. I don't. I'm not that kind of cleric. I don't have holy water.
All right.
I'll try the holy water as well. Alst will actually go up to the mummified body and find the pendant that resembles his god, and he will pour holy water on top of it and say a prayer to his god.
As you look upon this body, you look at the weights, you find a weight that has an ivy leaf with a drop of water falling from it. You know that that is your god, Gozre's symbol.
I want to place a hand on it and say a prayer of guidance to hopefully unlock or remove, give me some kind of way to, I guess, just remove the weight from the body.
Okay. As you pour this liquid upon it, it just pulls up, drips to the floor, soaks into the stone, and then just leaves it damp. Nothing else happens. The weight remains, the chains remain upon the body remains motionless and still.
Well, I gave it a shot.
Stab him.
Doc?
I don't think we should stab it either. 'Cause it's based on my preliminary
The
viewing of the body.
permanently
He's
autopsy.
dead as fuck. But I do have a thought. Maybe this guy isn't what we need to find first. Maybe we need to untangle all these and then use them to unlock them. Maybe this isn't.
Maybe it's like a key.
Maybe
A key to a lock?
Maybe this isn't Father Charlatan, like we all been thinking it is. If anything, he might. I mean, we looked up here. He might be down in the hellhole. That's where a charlatan belongs.
I agree, he belongs there.
Like all those bastards I used to own Trinity Broadcasting.
Erwin, what are you thinking? What do you want to do with this? Ideas are running wild at this point.
Yeah. I can't really think of much else to do with this body right now. So I think what the doctor said, another option is to go down into the basement, into the hell's hole, and see what's down there.
I mean, imagine at this point, most of us were literally banging our heads against desks and walls, just going.
The only other idea I got is we could take a short rest. I could heat metal. We could fry the mummy.
You can't do that now?
No, I didn't put it on my list.
Oh.
Can you heat enough metal to undo?
Wait, I
All
mean,
of those?
you could just burn them with
I would just burn
reduced
him.
flame,
yeah.
right?
It all depends.
It all depends. I think heat metal would.
We don't know what they're made
I could
out
heat
of yet.
metal maybe if it comes hot enough to melt metal. Actually, it's just heat metal. It wouldn't melt it, right?
No, we don't have super heat metal,
No.
unfortunately.
Heat metal doesn't.
Heat metal doesn't work that way.
I know.
No.
That's more of like an offensive spell to anybody that's wearing the metal.
I don't think we have anything to crack through those chains.
Well, we'll put a pin on this guy, and he ain't going nowhere.
He ain't going nowhere.
Throw him over the edge. Throw him out the window.
Hanging with
No,
the
we
gargoyle.
can't. He's chained down.
Yeah, he's heavy.
He's in play. I mean, he's not chained to the floor. He's just weighted down by the chains and the weights themselves. He's not chained in the cell.
But how heavy are the weights? I would assume enough to keep a man down. Maybe
Yeah,
four
a
of us can
madman.
pick him
Yeah,
up.
Probably like 15 pounds each, but 12 times 15. You know, you're looking at like, what, 100? Do the math.
yeah. But if he's a little guy,
It's a lot. I don't have a
That
calculator.
is a lot. A couple 100 pounds plus the weight of a man. 4 of us might be able to do it.
Plus the chains themselves. It's not just the weights. It's the chains. They're
I have
thick,
12
heavy
strength,
chains.
so
don't look at Alice.
you're the only one with strength.
A tiny bit, and I'm not even that strong.
You can barely pinch a loaf with 12 strength.
That's why I have my
Acorn.
nimble fingers that I also have 0 dex on.
I mean, if we can't figure out how to get this, maybe we'll find answers elsewhere.
Maybe, like I said, maybe it's if we can defeat Father Charlatan and they all come apart. Maybe that's the key to unlock it because we already tried taking each individual one and trying to unlock it that way. But either way, like I said earlier, I'm out and proud wearing my.
It's in a pride show, dude.
Well, I'm wearing my Goddess of Pharasma amulet to see if that will help draw out Father Charlatan. Because that's not on his list yet.
Somebody pick up Talos.
He's napping.
Well, he just went into the fetal position after he got accosted by a skeleton.
Switch plans.
Fuck if I know.
I thought we were going down to the basement.
I say go back down to the basement as well.
That's always worked out well for us, so, why not?
Basements are cool, dude.
Or what about that spirit in the auditorium room? We just keep running past it. Do you think that's one of
Benji?
the haunts?
Hey, that's a haunt, but I don't think it's one of the...
Benjamin?
Benjamin?
Do we
That was the fire.
do we have enough just
Oh.
to do we have enough just to catch it so we don't have to worry about it? The haunt siphons.
'Cause we're
we're
going to have to
out.
run by it
We're out.
anyways.
We're out, right?
We are out.
I would have to see the lower map again, but I think we're just gonna have to
Just run
YOLO
again?
it. Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to run past it again.
Okay.
So you guys want to
Watch-
go back downstairs? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, watch that one haunt be the key to everything. What we keep bypassing. And back downstairs.
So you begin your descent back down the stairs, and as you re-enter the main hallway on the first level, you start walking south down the hallway. I need for everyone to make a perception check. Irwin,
18.
Doctor,
22.
Talos,
12.
13.
13. As all of you guys pass the stairwell to the east, the one that descends down into the dungeon level, the one that's all compacted with debris and shit, you notice something flickering from the darkness within. Something partially buried beneath the debris.
Do you guys see that?
Only barely. Not quite sure what it is.
Do you think we'd be able to move this stuff to see what it is?
I'm not sure I can. I can certainly try, put a little bit of elbow grease, but I don't know how much help I'll be.
I think
Might
Irwin
as well-
used all the elbow grease on his skin earlier.
Well, I could borrow some.
But yeah, I say let's try and dig it out.
Okay.
Okay, go and make a strength check. Who wants to, if you want to assist somebody, roll above 10, and then you'll be able to add to their roll.
What's your strength at?
Nothing really. 8.
So roll above 10 and you can
Okay,
add 2
no,
to
I'm
his-
going to assist because I have some strength.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait
So-
for the doc to roll his first.
So, Doctor, that is 10.
10, okay. So add +2 to your roll.
Nice.
That's not good.
20.
Ooh.
20.
Ooh.
That was very good.
That ooh
Good.
sounded
Yeah,
bad
it
at
sounded
first.
bad.
Sorry.
Erwin, as you get closer to the stairs, you notice that this thing appears to be wedged underneath one of the larger pieces of timber that had come down. You reach in and you grab it, and you manage to find some kind of handhold on it and actually lift it up and pull it partially out. Dragging it, you can see within that this thing, although covered in soot, most likely from the fire that had claimed this prison, you can just make out a bronze-plated figure buried that was covered by this large beam. And from what you can tell, what you had seen flickering appears to be some kind of an eye of sort. You kind of hear the mechanized hum of servos as it tries to reach up for help.
What the fuck?
Yeah, what the hell?
Help me. Help me, please.
Hey, guys, give me a hand. I'm going to try to pull this thing out.
All right, the doctor will help trying to pull it out and doesn't provide any help.
12.
12. You grab it. Are you trying to grab him?
Yeah, I'm
grab him?
trying to pull him out.
As you grab it by the arm, you're able to lift it halfway out of the debris. The majority of its upper torso has pulled out of the rubble, out of the rocks, out of the wood and stuff. And you could see now that the upper portion of its skull, this metallic skull, has been partially caved in. But the eye, this crimson glass eye, was what had caught your attention, this flickering red light. And it just seems to keep going on, off, on, off, on, off. And it looks up at you, and it says, "Please help. I are you the new wardens of the prison?"
No, we're just adventurers passing through.
It kind of looks around, and it notices, probably for the first time, that the prison is just covered with dust and dirt and cobwebs, and it looks and says, "How long have I been in this stairwell? Well, what year is this? Well,
What year's it?
how long have I been here?
It is.
It's 4711.
4711. It was 4661 just a moment ago. How long have I been here for? 50 years. Please help me get out. Slowly tries to get itself fully out of all the dust and the rubble and the wood. Eventually gets to its feet, and you can see it's some of its servos are partially restricted from just all these small little pebbles and things and beams that have left its debris within its body, and starts to shake and spin around almost like IG-88, just until all the rocks come out, and it starts reaching up with its hands at its head, and it realizes that part of its cranium has been dented in, and he's like, "And I don't think I feel too well. I believe that something is missing with me. What are you doing in the Hailstone prison?"
How did you know you were in the prison?
"I have been requisitioned as one of the guards to the prison. When the Great War was over, they redispatched all of us Warforged to the different prisons throughout Carrion, and this was my new post."
What is the last thing that you remember?
I remember there was a big fire down in the lower dungeon. I was one of the guards that was tasked with putting the Soriana Hockran into the workshop to make sure she would be safe. And when I went to go back down the stairwell to take care of the rest of the prisoners, somebody must have triggered the deadfall, and it fell on I, and it covered me up, and I couldn't get out. I was trapped. And that is the last thing I remembered. It seemed like it was only moments ago, though.
Well, I think it's been a few years since then.
Oh.
Oh, as he shuts down. Oh. Well, what do we call you?
I am Tonrex 626.
Well, Tom Rex, don't mean this in any offense, but we never seen your type of kind.
We are from all over the world. We do all kinds of service for the benefit of society in different civic centers. I have a merit badge.
Can you present that badge? Uh-huh. I see your credentials
Tonrex, your credentials are showing.
and your badge.
But they do have merit, yeah.
No one has spoke about a creature like you.
We artificers. We come from very far and wide across the country, and we do our best to maintain civil obedience across the land, wherever we are needed. And when the Great War had broke out, I was commissioned with the rest of our company until the war was over, and then we were reestablished as they saw fit. I became a guardsman to the Hailstone prison.
Were there any other of your types stationed here as well?
I was the only one to be sent to Hailstone prison. There were a few of us that had been sent to Lepidstad and Tal Reveille. I
smack him.
Tal Reveille.
Where have I heard this voice? Is it the same guy?
This is like the voice of every Tonrex he plays.
I know. But is it the same? I don't remember the number of the other one.
I have it on
No,
different
the
notes.
other number was like 100 something,
It was a lower number.
or like 80 something. One of those. It was much lower.
Sorry, Tom Rex 626. Do you prefer 626 or Tom Rex, or is that your full name?
I do not know how many of us are left. You can just call me Tonrex or Ton or Marty.
Marty.
Yeah, I'm going to call him Marty.
Marty.
Hey, Doc.
Hey, Marty. There's a Walmart that needs your help.
The Silk Purse wanted the most valuable thing in this prison.
Oh, we're gonna give Marty up. Wait, we're doing this in a huddle, right? Or is he standing right next to us?
He's in the huddle with you.
Real party huddle.
We're gonna take a
Okay.
quick break, Marty.
I mean, this definitely is it.
This is probably the most valuable thing in the prison. Do we take him there now, or do we wait?
Wait, we need to see if he's used to us.
I was going to say, if anything, if he was stationed here and he knows us, if he was in charge of keeping...
Versariana.
Yeah, if he was in charge of keeping the warden's wife safe, he's got to be respectable and know this place like the back of his circuit.
Back of his motherboard.
Yes. So, especially... I know there's a one night where I got too drunk and I couldn't join you guys, and shit's really bad down there. Maybe 626 here can help us navigate,
All right.
or at
all
least
right.
let us know where the bad guys were kept. 'Cause
Well,
we
he's the
still
only
have
one
two-
familiar with
He
with
could
the
maybe-
ground layout.
He's the only one that was here that knew what it was like before it got destroyed.
Yeah,
You were
it's true.
actually unsure if that guy up there was. I still believe it's Father Charlatan, but we can maybe ask with him to confirm.
We can ask him. I don't know if it was. I like
Who
to
knows
think
if he
it is,
remembers?
but we tried everything, short of stabbing him. But
Tonrex.
it was such a beautifully preserved body. I didn't want to just desecrate it.
Oh yeah.
You're all hard, Doc. HMO. For life.
Tonrex, do you know the locations of the prisoners?
I am familiar with a lot of the prisoners of the Hailstone prison.
Do you know the general location of one Father Charlatan?
I do know the general location of one Suffolk Corvin,
All right.
who was known as Father Charlatan when he was a free man.
Would he happen to be on the second floor?
When the prison riot first broke out, he was on the second floor. I, however, were never allowed to go up to the second floor.
Why weren't you allowed up there?
Warden Harkren did not want I to be on the second floor or to go down to the dungeon below. He made sure that I remained on the first floor.
Okay.
Tom Rex, or Marty, I apologize.
No, call me Tom.
Tom?
Tom. Rex.
Tom Rex.
Tom.
Wherever the fuck you are.
Jesus.
Sir.
Call
sir.
me 626.
626.
Tom Rex.
I smack him again, make sure his circuits are working properly.
Beady, beady, beady.
What were your exact duties if you were only allowed on the first floor and not the second or below?
I were to escort the prisoners that were deemed to not be a threat to the workshop and to the chapel and to the other places on the first floor for their duties.
By any chance, we already got keys, never mind.
Yeah.
Do a history check. Oust.
I was getting ready to roll history.
Not good. 2. I know.
Oh, fuck.
Tell us.
Yes.
Do you want to do a history check?
Yeah.
That
I'll
one
do
was
it.
better, but
But give him some fake history information, please.
You're totally unfamiliar with what the Tonrex series purpose was, other than what he has told you.
24.
24, you know that after the Great War had settled down, had it ended, that humans and Warforged, well, the humans viewed the Warforged with a very leery eye, held them in disdain.
I had a feeling about that once he...
I mean, the things that they had them do on the battlefield, they removed any type of empathy from these Warforged when they sent them out to do their deeds.
Yeah.
So what they did to humans was just unimaginable. And what they were like on the battlefield is a lot of their vision became very hazy, and they couldn't distinguish ally from enemy. They just killed indiscriminately.
bloodlust, huh?
Yeah.
Well, more like calculated murder.
True.
No, it's just like one of those things where they had a tendency to self-destruct. They had a tendency just to annihilate any of their officers or anybody else that was near them if they just started going into battle, just wiping people out. That's probably why the warden kept him on the first floor. Yeah. Because essentially the warden's responsible for every prisoner that's in the jail.
Yeah.
True that.
Yeah, I'll like, again, pull everyone aside. This, he was kept separate because of their storied history. It's not, it has to, Huckran was worried that if 626 flew up the handle, there wouldn't be really any way to stop him.
That would explain all the double drinking fountains and restrooms.
What?
It was a segregation joke.
Oh,
I got that. I was waiting. I didn't want to make the joke.
I was thinking of the privies with all the 20 shitters, you know. It's like, what?
Oh, man.
So what would you like to do?
All right, if we want to keep him, let's let him at least lead us a little bit. But after that, I think we should definitely... I don't... Actually,
So he
I say
knows-
definitely, but I don't even know if we
He
can
knows
stop
where
this
Father
thing first.
Charlatan was. Does 626, do you remember the prisoner, I believe his name was Vance, went by the Lopper, where he was kept?
I did know of a prisoner named Vance Tressel.
That's,
He was also known as the Lapa. If it is the same Vance Tressel, there might be more than one. Yeah?
I doubt it. Did he, by any chance, did you know, did he like to hide in alleyways and attack lone people and specifically behead them with a hand axe?
I and I were never given the specifics to why certain prisoners were incarcerated in the Harrowstone prison.
Well,
However,
this Vance should have been probably locked up pretty good.
However, I and I do know that he was kept in the lower dungeon. And that was for the most heinous of criminals.
So if we go down there, we're not going to find Father Charlatan. We're probably going to find Lopper.
Yeah, I feel like Father Charlatan was just... It's probably just what was he? He was just a con man, right?
Yeah. I'm fairly certain he is the guy.
So
we saw.
he's white collar crime.
Yeah, I think he was the one that I don't think because I had something written down that he wasn't a murderer, but he was like, I think he got him to kill people.
Did he like take money or something? Is that what
not
it is?
take money? Like
He's not a
cultist stuff.
murderer.
He's
The
not a murderer.
churches want him dead. He was a con artist, and for some reason I've written down revivalist.
I think I had something similar to that, which I put.
Are you playing a
Charles-
different game?
Hot August night and leaves.
I put
hanging
Charles
down.
Manson.
I see Quaker
As a
down
side
here.
book.
Well, I think I put down revivalist, but
I put Charles
Brother
Manson
Love?
on the side just for like
Yeah,
as
no, I was thinking
reference,
like the
in my head.
yeah.
Like he didn't commit the murders, but he made people think and
They said
created
like Joel
the murders.
Osteen, give me all your money.
Where there
Yeah.
ain't no trees
Pretty much.
in the gospel.
So he was just a con man,
Yeah, I'm fairly certain
but
the
he
guy we saw
never
is
killed
him.
anybody.
He never said he wasn't a murderer.
Okay, well now we're taking it.
that doesn't matter.
too much.
Oh, anyways,
Hopefully. So,
Do we want to go down still? I mean,
I would
do you
prefer.
do you
Actually-
want to go fight the Lopper? Is basically the question now.
I want to ask Tonrex a question
Yeah.
real quick. Tonrex, do you know about the prisoner on the second floor who is weighted down by a bunch of religious, like, symbol weights?
I and I have never heard of anybody weighted down upstairs, no.
Okay.
I just know that there are certain prisoners that were kept upstairs, but I and I do not know about the intricacies of how they kept those prisoners.
I don't know. I don't know why anyone else would have those weights.
Do you know of what crimes they committed or were accused of committing?
no.
No, he didn't
No?
get that. He doesn't get
didn't
that
know- he
information.
didn't- said he didn't know how they were handled.
I and I were brought
Yeah.
here after certain prisoners.
So the choice is go down to the hellhole
Yep.
or just go kick the weighted down body and see what that does. Right?
I mean,
Is that all we got?
I think we might.
Do you
as
think
well
he'd be able
Or third option is go back in the town,
Yes.
which I think that's like low third choice right now.
I'd hate to say it, but I think the basement's.
All right. Let's go.
Fuck it.
Let's be decisive.
YOLO.
Tonrix, could you lead us to the basement?
I and I only know of one way down to the No, that is not true. There are two ways down to the basement. But one of them you just pulled me through, so that cannot be. The second one would be through the lift in the training room.
Yeah, the lift is a little bit different than you remember it, but it's there.
It is just through the auditorium. I and I can show you where it is at.
Correct.
please.
Yes. Lead the way.
He goes through the auditorium doors, and he pauses briefly, and he notices that the whole place is just in shambles as he is attacked.
Tonrex, it's best to run at this point.
And he takes 3 points of frost damage. You see him extend his arm, and you see it uncouple onto itself, and you see a large blade come out of it. He holds it back, and with his other hand, it uncouples as well, and you see a tube extend, and the tube fires out at this thing and misses. I am sorry.
You and
He
you.
then runs as fast as he can across.
Excellent. You and you should run. And I run to follow him.
We all run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta
Dash
roll,
it.
right?
Yes, you do.
What's the save again? Wisdom?
Is it wisdom? Or?
It is a wisdom save.
Yeah.
Erwin,
8.
Doctor,
24.
10.
16.
16. Erwin, you take 5 points of damage. Talos, you take 9 points of damage.
Jesus.
Fuck.
Oh,
R.I.P.
That'll be okay. Oh, that's the wrong.
He waits on the other side of the double doors for you guys to come through. And once you do, he closes the doors. That was close, no?
Yes, very close, and we'll have to deal with it on the way out.
Ooh. Well, we could always jump out the opening over here. No? There's water down below.
Are you a strong swimmer?
I can walk on the bottom back up.
All right.
Well, I don't think most of us are pretty strong swimmers.
I'm quite a poor swimmer.
But anyway,
Yeah.
to the hellhole.
Yeah.
He leads you to the opening where the industrial lift was at. And he looks down and he says, I do believe that the fire was started here.
You would be correct, Conrex.
You act as though you have been down this place before.
Once or twice?
And you passed by me a couple of times.
I think maybe we passed by you once. To be honest, we just didn't see you.
That was the second time we walked past. We went other places.
He's all sad.
Better late than never, Conrex.
So what do you want to do?
do we still have the rope there?
No, I have the rope.
There's one rope that was just there.
There is a rope that's dangling down.
Yeah, we'll
it's
leave-
not the rope of climbing, though.
No.
We'll use the rope of climbing for... Do we want to put the rope of climbing?
I don't know. I'm
Might as
fine
well-
with this rope.
Might as well, because
Because
what
if
does
we got
it
a
do
haul
again?
ass, it gives
Yeah,
us...
if we need a haul ass, we'll have 2 ropes to climb.
It gives us an advantage.
Is it advantage on ascending and descending?
No,
it's
it's
just going up.
climbing
Ascending.
for climbing.
It's just for going up, I think.
It's going up.
Either way, that would be good when shit hits the fan so we don't lose our grip and,
Die.
yeah.
All right. Put down the rope and let's go down.
As you guys start to make your way down the rope, you notice that Tonrex has remained behind. He doesn't make any effort to go towards the rope. He's standing there.
No, he's not allowed down here.
You got to come down. Your
Tonrex,
warden's gone.
if you come down, you can report to the warden he's down here. We've seen him.
It is against my directive to go down to the lower dungeon, as it is against my directive to go to the second floor. I will remain as a sentinel above for you.
Okay.
Well, unfortunately, the directive is long gone. Is there anything we can do to reprogram you?
You see him.
Do we have the warden's
You see him
badge
kind of
still?
like.
I don't think we have it on person.
You see him kind of looking around, almost in confusion, and his hands go up, and he touches this Mongo dent in his head. And if a robot could look uncertain, it does. And he just remains behind.
I think we should just keep moving.
Yeah.
Like, time,
Worse than C-3PO.
time is of the essence, man.
Well, we got 2 options. We could have him stand guard here, and if anything happens, I think he would be strong enough to either pull the rope
Yeah.
and aid us if we grab the rope and try to climb
Yeah.
along.
How far is the drop? 20 feet? 30 feet?
I think it's like 40 feet down.
40?
40.
Okay, yeah, we can't just push him down there. So.
We're also
Holy shit!
we're also at the bottom.
You guys are on the rope at this point. You guys are looking up. You're not going to cut this rope, right? I will not do that. No.
As you say, maybe we could push him down. He like opens up his blade.
No, I never said that out loud. That's why I was thinking to myself, how far up are we?
See this tube
no.
extend downwards towards you.
I can't lasso him and just bring him down with me.
So you guys make your way down to the hell's basement. You come down, your feet touch this wet earth. You see the water dripping in from above, and you know that before you is the central chamber that leads to the 3 other directions. The Oubliette, the Reaper's Hold, and the Nevermore. And you stand at the opening of Hell's basement.
All right. Nope.
And that's where we're going to end the session. See you next week.
Man.
Oh man, I didn't see it coming.
Pull the rope. I'm out.
What time is it?
8:15.
Have we gone all three of these ways? I forget.
Yeah.
No, we haven't gone.
No, because
to
of
the
the
oubliette.
bar.
No, we've gone.
No, we haven't gone this way.
Oh, we haven't done the.
I thought we did go.
No, no.
We went to Reaper's Hole.
Remember, we were stuck behind
I
those
know we've
bars.
been to Reaper's
Oh,
Hole.
that was the one. with
We were
bars.
stuck
I
behind the
thought- I
bars.
thought that
We went to
was-
Reaper's Hold. We took a tunnel over
There's
there,
bars here too.
and we just couldn't get past the bars, so we went all the way back around.
Well, because our dumb asses lever was on the other side. Thanks for tuning in. First time caller, long time listener.
You know we got a Patreon, right? Patreon.com/RollTheHard20 podcast. Don't forget to write it. Thank you for joining us once again on Roll the Hard 20 podcast. Remember, you can find us and subscribe to us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, and iHeart Radio. And if you like what you're hearing, please leave us that 5-star review. You can also contact the show directly at rollthehard20podcast@gmail.com or head on over to the website at rollthehard20podcast.com. And be sure to check out the galleries. We got a lot of really interesting stuff posted there. And finally, join us on our Patreon page at patreon.com/rollthehard20podcast. There are ways for you to help out the show and pick up swag. So until next session, keep your dice warm and your glass full as you roll those hard 20s. Hold on a second. I'll make this call.
Someone's playing their guitar.
Of course, why not? Let's start playing this shit at 9 o'clock at night, right?
Sorry, you have reached the voicemail box of
Gavin! Is he still playing or no?
No, it sounded like he dropped it.
All right. He probably got the text, but not the call. It's all right. Maybe he'll move out someday soon. Take his buddy with him. Okay.